to the motherfucking dog.
Why they mad?
Hey, yo,
I ain't
Pluto,
even feeling like
you going
doing this
crazy?
shit.
Ah.
But let's get it. Yeah. It's probably the realest shit I ever wrote. BLP Red Dog 1.
The O is for the 16 ounces that's in a whole pound. They really out here feeling my music. Shout out the whole town. K is for the killers I know who keep the 4 pound. You give an inch, he taking them out like it was fourth down. The L is for the ladies for sure. I mean the real ones who out here working hard for they.
What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2, and we back with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get your popcorn, get your cold drink, and while you're at it, man, go on down there and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then go on over there and hit that bell. So when I drop these hot bangers, you be one of the first ones to lay your eyes on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Today, man, we're gonna talk about uh, how I caught my conspiracy case. Now, I didn't, threw it in there in a couple of videos that, I caught a conspiracy case. And so we're gonna run it down to how and why it was happening. You know what I'm saying? Now for those who don't know what conspiracy is, man, conspiracy is just they use it as a way to wrap up a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? It's like a broad charge. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by broad is very vague. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those charges that a lot of different things can come about this. You know what I'm saying? So conspiracy is basically two people, discussing criminal activity. You know what I'm saying? And if they can prove that you was, discussing criminal activity, that's your butt. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And the evidence, it can be weak. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through, the case I went through, the evidence was weak. It was all, circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing concrete. It was very minimal proof. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not mistaken, the conspiracy charge was brought about, as a part of the RICO. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you could call this situation kind of like that, like a RICO, because it was like a sweep, man. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the line, we found out that they had it was called the North Highland Project. You know what I'm saying? So this was like a big thing on their radar for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So the whole area was being surveillanced. The whole area was being watched, around this time. And the time I'm talking about is 2010. Now, 2010, man, was a crazy year. Um, it was booming. You know what I'm saying? All my street dudes know what I mean when I say, the streets was booming. 2010, man, I was getting it on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I done did the time for it, so I can sit here and talk about it. I was getting it on. You know what I'm saying? Like Donkey Kong. You dig what I'm saying? So now, back in 2008, my relative ended up going through some trouble. Catching the case. I'm not gonna disclose what the case was about, but it was a serious case. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to 2010, he ended up getting out or whatever, coming home. You know what I'm saying? Case dismissed, or charges beat. He beat the charges or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he came home. He got it cracking. What I didn't know was that, due to this first trouble he had got into, they was watching him. You know what I'm saying? They was keeping close tabs on him. And nobody really knew this, but the police department, the drug task force, man, they real slick when they do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And man, sometimes I be kind of feeling like, this was like some federal stuff going on that they was doing, because man, it got real tricky. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2010. It's booming. So they, 2008, my relative get out. Now they've been watching this dude for 2 years. Now in 2010, they decide to press the gas on, the information that they had, accumulated. You know what I'm saying? So June 30th, 2010. For me, from my perspective, this video is about my perspective. So 2010, June 30th, it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm on the east side, you know, on the hill block, you know what I'm saying, getting my beats worked on, you know. The older homie OG Frankie, you know, he helping me with my beats, you know what I'm saying? So I had like a Tahoe at the time, you know, like or no, matter of fact, it was like a 99 Suburban. I had like a 99 Suburban. And I had some beats, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a regular morning for me, but for whatever reason, I'm up real early. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of early bird. I like to get up and get stuff done early. So, you know, I shot over there, messed with Uncle Frankie, you know what I'm saying, get my beats hooked up. You know what I'm saying? So he helping me with my beats. My phone ring. Now, that's not unnormal. But when I look at my phone, I see that it's my mother. It's my T Jones, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, you know, I knew something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I answer the phone. And my mother, she tells me, she says, her exact words were, whatever you're doing, you need to stop because the police is at my house right now, tearing my stuff up. So immediately, when I heard that, I turned off the phone, took the SIM card out of it, broke the SIM card, threw the phone in the trash. I got rid of the phone, you know. Now, at this point, I kind of already had in the back of my mind, I knew what this was about, but I really didn't know. You understand what I'm saying? Because I hadn't did nothing, you know, in my mind, I hadn't did nothing, you know what I'm saying? Especially for them to be at my mom's house, you know what I mean? Kicking her door in, looking, you know, going through all her stuff, you know what I'm saying? So my heart instantly starts beating. Now, I jump in my car and I push, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know which broad I'm messing with at the time, but it wasn't nobody of importance, you know what I'm saying? But I do know that I was dealing with this one chick, so I hit her up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm supposed to go on a run, you know. Matter of fact, I just pulled up on her, told her what the business was, you know. She like, no, I'm going with you with the whoop, you know. So she jumped in. I shoot to get me a room. Now, I get a room out there by Frontier City, you know what I'm saying? I get a room out there by Frontier City. So I have the, you know, broad put it in her name, you know what I'm saying? That way we ain't got no extra, you know, I let her go up there. I ain't even get on camera, none of that. So boom, we go up in the room, we kind of chill, you know. Now at this time, I'm nervous, man. So I'm slamming stick after stick, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about PCP, you know what I'm saying? So I slam me a couple sticks, man, and I sit there and I, you know, and now my mind is racing, my mind is turning. They looking for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the run, basically, you know what I'm saying? They got a warrant for my arrest. I don't know what it's for exactly, you know what I'm saying? So my mom had already told me they kicked the door in, so I'm nervous, my heart beating fast, you know, so I really don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in this room. I'm blowing this stick. So I blow the stick. Now I get ants in my pants. Now I don't want to sit still. So I tell her, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'll be back in a minute. You'll be cool. Stay here. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Now I never make it back to this room. You know what I'm saying? Now the story I'm about to tell you is wild. So I leave the room. You know what I'm saying? I leave the room. Now I light me another stick before I leave the parking lot of the room. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine where my mental state is at. You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm high as a kite. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really, you know, I ain't all there, you know, as far as mentality goes. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, I never been to prison at this time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been to the county for a bull crap charge. You know, that first the video where I tell y'all about my first dope case, that's my first case. But see, I was still fighting that from the streets. You know, they OR buying me out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the streets. I ain't got in no trouble since then. You know, so this is the next year. This is 2010. This is in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? June 30th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already, you know, dealing with this case I got already. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to go to the pen. I'm trying to skate by on that case. They talking about some probation. Cool. You know what I'm saying? We got them on the ropes with the probation. So I'm, you know, I'm good. I don't need this, man. I don't need this drama. You know what I'm saying? For something that I don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's all gonna make sense sooner than later. You dig what I'm saying? So I light my stick. I get in traffic. Now I'm coming down Hefner. You know what I'm saying? Now I get to the point. You know, I'm riding through the section. I'm kind of just, you know, looking at it. in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm trying to put together what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Where did I go wrong? You dig what I'm saying? Why are they looking for me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding around the north, I really ain't thinking I shouldn't even be out moving around, but I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm twisting and turning, and I get so high to the point to where I see somebody that I recognize, one of my older partners, you know what I'm saying, which happened to be a Crip from Kelly Park, my partner Squeak, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homeboy Squeak, older partner from Kelly Park, from Compton, you know what I mean? But he just so happened to be in the city all the time and come mess with us, you know what I'm saying? So I see Squeak on the Deuce Block, you know what I'm saying? It's what we call 102nd, you know what I'm saying? The Deuce Block. So I see Squeak and I stop, get out, try to talk to him, but he's talking to me, but I can't say nothing to him. Now, anybody that done ever been on dip, man, sometimes it'll get you to where you can't talk. So now I'm scared. I'm trying to talk to him. I want to talk to him, but I can't say nothing. So I jump back in my car. And I get on my phone. I text my OG, you know what I'm saying, my elder, Big Red Dog. I text my ace. I text him like blood. You know what I mean? Hit me. It's 911. I can't talk. You know what I'm saying? And we discussed this later on after I'm in the, I done got arrested and all that. You know what I'm saying? I done sobered up. And we talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it made him nervous. You know what I'm saying? He looking at his phone like, what's blood talking about? You know what I'm saying? He can't talk. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I text him and tell him, man, I can't talk. Well, I'm burnt out. I'm high as I'm at capacity as far as being high. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on PCP, which is a hallucinogen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of my mind right now. You know what I'm saying? So I start back driving. So I get to the next busy street, which is Hefner and Western, and I can't breathe. You know what I mean? My body is telling me that I can't breathe. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm panicking now, So I get out of my vehicle. I park at the Western Food Mart, a store called Western Food Mart. I park and I get out. Man, it's blazing hot, sun, blazing hot. I'm on PCP. My body is drenched in sweat. I'm probably about to pass out. So I lay down on the ground. I lay out flat on the ground. And just so happened, some little young cats was walking up, including my little relative. And he know, and when he see this, he gonna be like, man, this is a true story. He ain't bullcrapping. You know what I'm saying? This for real. So I'm laid out on the pavement. Laid out on the pavement. Just so happened some youngsters walk up, including my relative, and they like, hey, they're like, Red Dog, man, what's up? You good? I'm like, man, call 911. They like, you want me to call 911? I couldn't even talk, so I just nodded my head. They like, that's what they did. They asked me, they're like, you want me to call 911? I just nodded my head, because I got the mush mouth. I can't talk. My heart beating. It feel like my heart about to stop, but my heart is really beating super fast. You know what I'm saying? So, man, the ambulance they come get me. The lady, she get me up on the the gurney, whatever. They get me in the back of the ambulance. They hook me up to all these IVs, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she's asking me, and at that time, once I got in that cold ambulance, you know how cold it be in the back of there. I think I just needed some air on me. I was probably hyperventilating or something. You know what I'm saying? Plus the water. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of it. She asking me, what's wrong? I'm like, ma'am, I feel like I can't breathe. I can talk now. I'm like, man, I feel like I can't breathe, like I'm not breathing. She like, you breathing just fine. You know what I'm saying? So, man, they take me to the hospital, bro. They take me to the hospital. I'm in there spaced out. Now, they call my mama, let her know that I done tripped out. I'm at the hospital. So she come there in a panic. You know what I'm saying? But man, she bring the police with her when she come. And I'm like, man, and I only knew this because she came in at first. She didn't come in right with the police. She just came in. She started talking to me, and I can just remember her telling me, "Baby, listen, I don't want you to run from them people. I want you to talk to them, whatever they got to talk to you about, and get the interview over with." Because they was telling her that they just wanted to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But they was trying to take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? And they was about to take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? So she like, baby, I don't want you to run from them, and I don't want them to kill you because you're trying to run. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it, but I was kind of angry. I'm sitting there in my head. I'm like, man, you out of line, mama. You brought the Jakes up here. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying nothing though. I ain't gonna disrespect my mama. Never will, never have, never will. So I ain't gonna, we're not even gonna argue. So they come in, The detective, he come in, man, this is some real life movie stuff, y'all. Now, this is the first time I ever seen some stuff like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So he come in with the badge on. I'm talking about real Axel Foley with it. You know what I'm saying? He come in with the gold badge hanging on his shirt, black shirt, you know what I'm saying? Khakis kicked up his ass. And you know, it's a black dude. And he like, look here, man. He tell me, he say, your people, they going away for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got whoop-de-whoop, we got whoop-de-whoop, we got such and such. Now, I got a question for you. Is it gonna be him just going down, or are all his constituents gonna go with him, including you? You know what I'm saying? And I looked right at him and I said, with all the respect that I can muster up, I said, man, if you got the idea that you're gonna come in here and I'm gonna tell you something, you know, to incriminate anybody, you know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and speed this up, and you can go and carry me to jail. You know what I'm saying? In so many words, you dig what I'm saying? Hey man, let's go. Let's get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? At that time, my girl cousin that came with my mama, she came too. She was concerned. She popped in like, Bubba, you ain't gonna tell them what they want to know. Man, I looked at my mama and said, man, get her out of here. What is she even in here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey man, officer, with all due respect, just go and take me to jail, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I say my goodbyes to my mama. Whoop de whoop whoop whoop. Now they telling me my bond is only gonna be 30,000 and this, that, and the third. So they get me down to the county house. Now they get me down to the jailhouse. Now, when I get to the little section where they supposed to, you know, book you in your charges and stuff, they got me in here for some trumped up charges that they can't even find in the computer, can't even explain. For one, this is how I know it's some bull crap. You know what I'm saying? This lets me know that what y'all doing is a bunch of bull. You know what I'm saying? So they get me processed in and all this stuff. Now my bond is shot to 130,000. You know what I'm saying? Now when I go to arraignment, my bond is at 130,000. They got me for 4 counts of conspiracy to traffic, CDS, crack cocaine, and they got me for, you know, using a cellular device or some old bull crap charge like that, which they end up, you know, striking off the rip when I went to my preliminary hearing. You know what I'm saying? That's where they gotta, you know, present all the evidence that they have against you right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got the right to face your accusers. You know what I'm saying? So if it was anybody telling on me at that time or giving a statement on me at that time, they had to be present. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that showed up to court was a detective named Tobias Fredericks. That same detective that walked in the hospital room and tried to get me to give it up on my people. You know what I'm saying? So now we fast forward a little bit. So I go to the court preliminary. At preliminary, this is where I find out that talking on them cellular phones and them people listening and recording every word that you say is I promise you, it is real. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't believe in that stuff, man, that you see on TV and stuff until I seen it for my own eyes. So now, preliminary hearing, I got to sit there, me and my court appointed, I got to sit there and listen to them read back conversations that I know for a fact that I had with my people. You know what I'm saying? I got to listen to them read those conversations back where they, you know, assumed that we were allegedly talking about dope. You know what I'm saying? Now they had a few words wrong here and there. They had a few words wrong here and there. Now, let me tell you what's crazy about this. Now, how they identified me being the person on the other end of the phone talking to my relative, this is how. Now, one day, before any of this happened, this is just a normal day. This is how I know my relative's phone was tapped, because it made sense to me after I went through all this stuff. It made sense. So this day, I'm leaving the green carpet. Now, I used to get it on at the green carpet. I'm talking about the one off I-40 in MacArthur. You know what I'm saying? That was my spot. You know what I mean? I used to get a room at the room across the street, and I used to hustle with the green carpet. You know what I'm saying? I think it was called the Super 10 at the time. Super 10 or Super 8, one of them. You know what I'm saying? So green carpet across the street. Boom. I had one of my smokers, you know, that I was cool with, take me to go buy my 99 Suburban that I just told you that I was hooking the beats up in. So when she took me to buy this 99 Suburban, we was coming down Southwest 29th. Now we just coming down Southwest 29th. I got a valve of water that I'm about to smoke and some money on me, you know what I'm saying? And a cell phone, which I had talked to my relative on earlier that day. So she got a broken, you know, her windshield was kind of shattered a little bit. Now the police get behind us and whip us over. They like 4 or 5 deep. Now, mind you, it's just me and a little regular looking, white Indian lady. She was an older lady. She didn't even look like she, a gangbanger or nothing. They had no reason to stop us. It was 4 or 5 cars deep. Now, I'm thinking that they about to put the full court press. I got a valve of water in the ashtray, probably with a half a stick that was, that I was smoking, but they ran up on her so fast. As soon as she pulled over, they hopped out. Every one of them got out of their car. And all they wanted to do was get my ID, get her ID, and they didn't even check her insurance or nothing, bro. They didn't even check her insurance or nothing. You know what I'm saying? All they wanted to do was get my ID and get her ID. After about 2, 3 minutes went by, they didn't even want to search the car or nothing. I got a valve of water in the ashtray. They just gave us our IDs and told us to have a good day. That was their way of IDing me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That was their way of IDing me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And after I went to the county, did my time, all that stuff, it made sense to me. That was their way of putting the ID on me to who was on the other end of that phone call that they was talking, because they was looking at my relative. We want to find out who's on the other end. And that's how they was able to charge me like that. And that was their evidence. That was their way of IDing me. You know what I'm saying? Because the phone wasn't in my name. That was their way of IDing me. I ended up getting a 10-year sentence for each count with a year review. You know what I'm saying? That's what sent me to the boot camp. You know, I ended up coming home on a year review. But see, how they did me was crazy. They bumped up the 10 to a 20 suspended if I took it on paper. They said, hey, we really don't want to let you go. I got my GED. I completed a 48-week CBRP class. I completed everything they asked me to do. They said, well, because they had in a file, they said that he was participating in gang activity from the first fight that I had when I got on the yard when the white dude stole on me. And from just that one sentence, they turned around and said, okay, well, if you want to go home today, let's do this. Sign 20 suspended and we'll let you go right now. When my sentence only carried a 10. When my original sentence was only a 10. So, man, youngsters, I want y'all to listen to these stories, and I want y'all to take heed to these stories, and I want y'all to know the severity of the severity of the lifestyle that you think that you want to be a part of, and how detrimental it could be to your mental health, how detrimental it could be to your life. Because once you get in people years of your life, you can never, ever, 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 and I mean ever get it back, bro. You know what I'm saying? So take a minute to think. Watch these videos, man. Get some motivation. You know what I'm saying? And stay away from these streets, man. Stop listening to these cats on these music records and all these videos talking about blicks and all that. Because yeah, they telling you about the blicks and the switches and all that. Yeah, they telling you about the gang banging and all that. But they ain't telling you about the time that they're gonna give you, man. The numbers that them people is talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here moving that dope, out here pushing that dope. Hey, man, listen, man. It's inevitable that you go to the penitentiary. It's inevitable, man. It's going to happen. So listen to me, man. Listen to me. Take it from me. I gave them people 10 years of my life, man. 10 years, 2 prison sentences. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it took for me to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm gone. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all that like and subscribe to these videos, man. Y'all keep the support coming. I love it. Keep the comments coming. Even the negative comments, even the borderline disrespectful comments. You know what I'm saying? It's the internet. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to help me achieve the goal. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, man, y'all be safe, stay down, and stay dangerous, man. It's your boy R2, and I'm gone.
R2 the motherfucking dog.
Why they mad? Hey, yo,
I ain't even
Pluto,
been feeling like
you going
doing this
brazen?
shit.
Ah.
But let's get it. Yeah. It's probably the realest shit I ever wrote. BLP Red Dog 1.
The O is for the 16 ounces that's in a whole pound. They really out here feeling my music. Shout out the whole town. K is for the killers I know who keep the 4 pound. You give an inch, he taking them out like it was 4th down. The L is for the ladies for sure. I mean the real ones who out here working hard for their